Hello, it's Denise. I'm Integrating Mama, and I am here for day 23 of the 31 Days of Tarot, hosted by Ethany. And today is what is your most sassy tarot deck, and what is your most gentle tarot deck, and why did you pick these decks? So, I had a really hard time trying to think of a sassy tarot deck that I owned. Like, I could think of some decks that I heard were really sassy, but they weren't ones that I own. So I don't know. So in the end, I settled on the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I have the second edition, and this is by the guidebook's written by J.R. Rivera, and the artwork is by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And so this is a really interesting deck. I don't know that I would say that like the meanings in the guidebook are necessarily like sassy, but I think that they can be sometimes. Let's see, because it's kind of the story is kind of bizarre and out there, but then when it gets to the meanings, sometimes they're just like really like blunt. So I feel like it can get a little sassy, but not in a in a good way. And then I think that some of the characters, like the illustrations, can look like a little sassy. And I think that's kind of like the young, like adolescent girl, imagery from these cards. It's like an Alice in Wonderland illustration. But yeah, let me see. Okay, so here's one that looks like quite sassy to me. Like she just got some attitude, which is appropriate for the Five of Wands. Such interesting artwork. I just love it. Let's see if I can find. To me, like all these characters look like they're from some sort of animated film somewhere, I don't know, but I think that this deck can be. I actually get really good readings with this deck, but I feel like it can be quite blunt and kind of to the point, not like being all nice and gentle with your feelings. So maybe this could be considered my sassiest tarot deck. So that's what I came up with for that. And as far as gentle tarot decks go, I had a whole bunch to pick from, and I had a hard time picking like my favorite one. I have a lot. I think a lot of my animal decks are really gentle, and I like working with animal energy. But in the end, what I picked for my most gentle deck for me was the Shadowscapes Tarot. And this is by Stephanie Wayman Law. I'm so sorry, I never know how to say her name, but it's just gorgeous. And I think that like the watercolor illustrations and the coloring is part of what makes it so gentle. But it just reads really well. It doesn't have a lot of like strong like in your face images, and it's just like really like kind of like calm and soothing energy in these cards. I love these cards. And then it's got the whole fantasy thing too, so it doesn't make it too real. So when you read, I guess I feel like when you read, like even this one, like you do see the sword, going through. I believe that's a swan here, but it's not like super duper graphic, but you still get that feeling, but in like a softer way, I suppose you could say. So yeah, I just guess like the fantasy artwork, the nice, coloring, and just like the really gentle, like flowy lines. I don't know, everything about it to me is just happy and gentle, but you can still read with it. Like it still has all the same, spectrum of meanings. It's just, oh, this one's gorgeous. They're just all gorgeous. And so for me, this is, I would say, my most gentle tarot deck. So yeah. So Beautiful Creatures Tarot, my most sassy, and Shadowscapes for my most gentle. So that is it. I'm interested to see what everyone else picks, and I will see you later. Bye.